Museum of Human Goals presents
Portrait of Contemporary.
Hello, today we are sharing our visit to the opening of the new exhibition by artist Rune Christensen, a beautiful atmospheric event that we felt inspired to document. Before you watch, a small note. At the Museum of Human Goals, we believe in preserving moments even when they are not perfect. The sound in this video isn't ideal. The opening was full of voices and movement, but the moment itself is real and worth keeping. We chose to release this episode as a small record of a real gathering, a real place, and the people who came together in that space and time. Thank you for watching, for your comments and for your support. We are learning, growing, and grateful you are with us.
Это очень классно. Самое главное. Работы действительно очень интересные, и я думаю, что стоит даже попросить, предложить сделать тур, потому что хочется узнать больше про сами произведения искусства.
Kristin opened was 2012 in London, south of the river, where she was told, don't start a gallery there. But obviously it worked out. And that gallery has since closed because we're opening a brand new 3-story gallery, where there's a gallery on the ground floor and then apartments, which will be with our art that will be rented out to collectors.
Is it existing for 2 years now?
This one here, one in London has been, so 2012, we had one, and then a few years later, they built another one, and then we have one in Berlin as well.
Congratulations, at least you have one and more.
So this piece, when I saw this, I first saw this piece when Kristin was in a studio, and it looks so magical, and it really is. So going back to him being a big traveler, one day he saw a snake charmer, and it stuck with him, and he always wanted to bring it into his work, like all the things that you said. So you've got parrots, they could be like South Africa, horses could be from Europe, the steppes, but the trees maybe Denmark, but he also spends a lot of time in Alberta, and you can kind of have that feel, the expanse of the space, and the trees are really kind of tight as well. But then he also, there's no greenery in the main trees, but down below, you'll see that there is green growth. Like you can renew. If you chop something down, something will grow in its place. And again, he's using patterns. Like snakes have patterns, and the vases and various vessels have patterns.
It's interesting because it's composition parts from the different parts. It means you can move these parts from like a lever.
You possibly could. Yes, there's no reason. This is how he imagined it.
Yeah.
In theory, you could do that. Yes.
Little bit here, top, little bit here, jog, little bit top, little bit like tree. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not often, artists cut in the composition. What about the next?
We'll catch up with you in a little bit. So we'll come over here. So this is Fuchsia. She's a French artist living in London, and this is her second show with us, and we're really thrilled to have her coming again. This is the first show in the United States for her, and she's going to be magical realism, but with other things as well. So there's sort of dream quality, a spiritual quality. And then, for example, this piece, you see a swan in the background, but it's a celestial swan. So it's a sort of fantasy as well. And actually, just talking to someone else earlier, mentioned how, like, when you read fantasy novels, maybe these are the worlds that they're coming from.
It's a type of dream. So
Dream,
emotion, some kind of like experience of dream.
And and there's a glow, and it feels hopeful in this piece. But I feel like there's a positivity. So.
Yeah. Yes, that's one.
So this is Bertrand Hasnau, Austrian, lives in Berlin. Obviously, he's got very muted habits, but it's all very delicate. And like these two pieces, these are actually my two favorite pieces, as it looks like there could be two anti-Juno. And I know this one is sold, and I'm hoping the person buys this one just to put it next to it, because it works so beautiful. No,
So it looks like
but it really could be.
and for me, it's a little bit like classical era Arabic, like art, because the white soul and something colorful. It could be like Arab touch.
So the technique, yes, no, the technique is very,
Even here,
and shadow and creating shadow is something that he's
not-
really good.
it looks simple, but it's not simple by
Not simple at all.
composition, by colors,
Yeah,
by shades.
and it's quiet. And often art is noisy and it's trying to be noticed all the time. But you notice this maybe a little more than some other pieces because of its quietness.
Absolutely.
Okay. She's a Ukrainian artist living in Barcelona. So surrealism, but also a little realism as well, if you believe in ghosts.
I just want to mention that this is a topic for the upcoming celebration of the Halloween.
Oh, yes.
So-
And it's a perfect time to show this type of work.
Absolutely.
So this piece, for example, you see a ghost, and they seem friendly in some ways, but there's also shadows of people and chairs, so there's some realism in here as well. It's not just a fantasy. And it sort of takes you on a journey.
Great, congratulations. You have one different artist, which we are also from Ukraine.
Oh, wonderful. She's from Kiev,
Yeah, great.
and
great.
but she, is living in Barcelona.
We'll contact her to congratulate with
Yes,
her
yes.
exhibition in Palm Beach. It's
I really love her work. And then, okay. So Rabia Akhtar, she's a Pakistani artist, and she went to the Indus School of Art and Design, and so where she studied miniature art. Persian miniatures, for example, were from the, I want to say, 12th, 13th, 14th centuries. So that style has always been there of working minute detail. So as you look, you can see each hair on the tiger, for example.
it's like Chinese, great time.
Yes, tiny, tiny, tiny. And but she's like made the pictures a little bit bigger. But here, and she talks about having lived in a huge megapolis city, she didn't get to see a lot of nature. And so her first form of seeing nature was in pictures from various sources. So she really loves to see nature and depicts it in, that strange nature as well.
No signature, by the way.
Maybe on the back, like a lot of artists don't even do signatures, and maybe not even sign it anywhere.
Not much, but yeah, there exists.
They do exist.
Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Nadia.
My goal is, what is your creative goal? Just to mention.
Do you want me to ride here?
Yes,
My goal is.
yes.
culture.